Hello and welcome to my first ever devlog. It's a little bit scary actually. Anyway, today I'm going to be showing you my game as it looks right now. And then we're going to take it back and see what it looked like at the beginning of the week. So here we are. It's your basic platformer, left-right movement. Geez. You have some momentum that you can carry. So if you run too fast, it's a bit more difficult to stop yourself. And what kind of makes this game a bit different from other platformers, I'd say, is that you've got this shotgun over here that provides you with lift, because you can't control your momentum in the air unless you use the shotgun. You only get 2 shots while you're in the air before you have to reload, which is just touching the ground. You just have to touch the ground to reload. And it seems pretty simple, but it's taken me a week to do. And I'm pretty proud of it, I think it looks quite nice. Everything in this is subject to change, as I'm still developing it. But anyway, so you'll see this guy standing here. He's just the character model, but remade to be blonde. The character is supposed to be moving right now. He's supposed to have an idle animation. I'm not sure why that's not working. I'll figure that out at a later point. But anyway, and you shoot him, and it says you win. You got restart and quit there. Both buttons do work, restart and quit. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. This is just a playground level. I've not started implementing any levels yet. I want to make this into sort of a city kind of landscape, but at the moment it is just a mess, I'd say. I've just been testing different platforming elements all around here. If you come this way, ooh, I've got like another little section where you can practice the cool things you can do. You can wall jump in this game, but that's only because the wall stops your momentum. Double jumping does make you fly ridiculously far, which I like, because my aim is to kind of have loads of skips in every level, to sort of promote speedrunning. I am not a speedrunner myself, but I do enjoy watching the occasional Minecraft speedrun. Well, there's a way to skip the entire level, but I won't show that in case this becomes a map in the final version of the game, and that would just be giving away all the secrets. But there's easier stuff you can do like that. Makes people feel smart when they feel like they've outwitted your game. So I've given it some easy skips, some things that seem redundant, but I might hide secrets behind places that seem like easy skips. Who knows? I'm still trying to figure out the story. I don't know why this guy's on rooftops and he's shooting people, but that's what I have at the moment. Let's have a look at what it looked like 1 week ago. So here we are. This is what the game looked like a week ago. It is practically unrecognizable from the current version. The only thing that's the same is bits of the shotgun model and the walls. Otherwise, this is what I had a week ago. You can move, you can jump, and you can shoot. I hadn't introduced reloads yet, so you can use the shotgun to just basically fly around. The issue I was having with this version of the game, as you can see, when you go along the x-axis, you only had 100 shots. Sorry, there was no reload system, but I only put 100 shots into the game. The reason that he's stopping in the air like that is because I was still applying ground friction while he was in the air. Anyway, then last Monday, my project looked like this. Still a far cry from what it currently is, but it's very much similar. And this one, I toyed around with the idea of including moving in the air, but then I realized that just made things way too easy, and then it kind of ruins the point of having a shotgun because it just turns it into another jump in the air. So yeah, and I also added the spikes. There's a spike, there's a plank with nails in it, and broken glass. That is what the current traps look like. Again, they're all just placeholders. Right, let's have a look at Tuesday. So this is what we were working with last Tuesday. And it's very much close to what we currently have. The movement is a little bit clunkier, you know, but there is something that resembles a game at this point in time. There is no end goal. The end goal is just to get across to that little section over there. It wasn't the most fun thing in the world, and it is a bit terrible. I'm not sure how these are misaligned, but oh, it's because this way, right? Yeah, right. So here we are on Wednesday. This build of the game, I introduced the camera system. Resolutions weren't fixed yet, so it looks pretty shoddy. But these the reloads, the jumping and the movement feels a bit more like it does at the moment. Still not quite the same, but it feels very similar. And the air friction thing is still a bit weird. But yeah, that's what I had. It's nothing amazing, you know. It's nothing like what it currently is. But it's not horrible. There we go. I made it to the end. But it's definitely not something I was very happy with. Right, now we've started to reach a realm of what we currently have in the current build of the game. This looks unrecognizable, but it is pretty much the map from earlier in the video. And, you know, the game is starting to look very much like it did in that first clip I showed you. It does today, but yeah, it's still, I was still quite a ways out from having anything too nice. There's no side zone here. You just sort of look into the abyss. Right, so here we are, all the way to last night, where the game is pretty much what you saw. I didn't have work on Friday. I worked strange shifts. Pardon me. So this is what I had. And I'm very happy with it. But this is not, there's no end killing yet, and you can't pause the game at all. So it's just visually upgraded mainly, and it's amazing what visuals actually do for your game, because this feels completely different when you have the old sprite, but you know, it's essentially the same thing. I added a bit of screen shake. There's dust now when you run and jump and land, and when you land, he does like a cool sort of pose. I imagine him holding a guitar in his hand. Meow, wow. But yeah, this is what I've done so far. You can restart. You know, this is what the restart screen shake looks like. You can make, you know, everything go crazy. And yeah, so that's what I've got. That's what I had so far. I was up till about 5 in the morning with this. So technically it's today's build, but I still count it as yesterday because I hadn't slept yet. So I'm counting these games version numbers and how many sleeps I've had since the first one. Right, and that brings us to today. It's basically the same thing you saw earlier. We can pause. And there's that win condition. I'm not completely sure I want to go with this yet. I mean, I've got the mechanics down, but I don't know why this man is roaming the rooftops with a shotgun in hand and brutally killing blonde people standing on the tops of buildings. But you know, I'm hoping I'll come up with the story soon enough. I've got big plans for next week in terms of this game, and in terms of adding more traps and variety like that, you know, obstacles to avoid. But at the moment, this is all I have to show for my week of game development so far, and it's been really fun. I've really had a good time with this. And it feels very different to quite a few of my old projects, because I always start out so big. I always have this grand idea of making some kind of top-down space shooter with open world mechanics, and saying it now, it seems so stupid, because I have this simple idea: man with shotgun who can leap vast distances, and it's 10 times more fun than anything I've made before. Well, I mean, there's been a few standout projects, but they've been way too weird to really turn into any kind of game. But this is really fun. The movement feels very, very nice. Feels very good to move around and shoot and jump, and I genuinely sit here for ages just playing this over and over again, because I'm having so much fun with it. So hopefully, eventually I'll be able to have something I'm comfortable with a stranger playing. But right now, I've just been having friends and family test it out and give me their feedback. That's been very helpful. Always to ask your friends and family to give your game a try. If you're embarrassed, don't be. I mean, it's cooler than anything they can do, probably, that you can create games. But that's pretty much everything I have to show for my week. I'm really happy with the death animation. I want to maybe change it up a bit, but yeah, I'm very happy with the way that everything's looking at the moment, and I think I'm at a point now where I can just start adding more things. I'm not sure there's much I need to refine yet. There might be a few tweaks. I'm never going to stop polishing the movement. Every build, the movement is slightly different. It's unnoticeable between versions, but if you look at version 0 and version 7, which is what this is, then you can definitely tell that the movement is completely different. It's been a really, really fun week, so I really can't wait to work more on this. Oh, I'm calling it Super Shotgun Run Deluxe, by the way. That's the name that I've decided to go with. And the main character, he's either called Shotgun Sam or Shotgun Steve or Shotgun Stan. I'm not sure yet. I'm not too sure yet. I'm still working on the story. So if you're watching and you've seen this and you've got a brilliant story idea, definitely shoot it over my way. I'd love to give it a look. But I'm very, very happy with this. This is probably the proudest I've ever been of a project. There's obviously still some stuff to work on, but a lot of the stuff about this I really like. I really like how the gun just like flies behind you while you're running, and you look like a madman running around. Oh, I also, in this version, with the gun, you get kickback when you fire it, which is almost unnoticeable, but when you don't have it, something feels slightly off. It just kind of adds the whole effect, So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Comments, suggestions, anything like that would be greatly appreciated down below. And yeah, I hope to see you in a week with something that looks vastly different from what you're seeing right now and will absolutely blow your mind when you see it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I am out of here.